Welcome to Trippy Commentaries and our playthrough of Diablo 3. I'm RJ, joining up with Justin.
What's up, everybody?
And Retro Brett.
What's going on, people?
We have a lot to get to, that's for sure. We're actually going to jump into the third game first, even though we will eventually cover Diablo 1 and 2. So there's certainly a lot to talk about. Here's our two characters. A monk, and that's the new, what is that, the Crusader, Retro Brett?
Yep, it's the Crusader. He's, I hear he's pretty badass, so I'm going to go with him. I played the other 5, so I haven't played this guy. Yeah. Let's go with him.
Nice. I'm definitely excited. Now, we are going to have a 3-player playthrough of the game, but we're going to start off with just 2 players just to keep it a little bit simple at first. Justin's actually going to control my character, who is the monk. Of course, Retro Brett's character is there on the right. You can see that's the Crusader. Justin, you're going to do, what is that, the Demon Hunter?
Yeah, I'm going to be a Demon Hunter, load in my own profile from Xbox so that I can use that, and people watching us online hopefully can eventually join us online.
Oh, man, that's going to be sweet.
Have definitely a multiplayer epic showdown there.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, man.
All right, Justin, you are the first player. Hit the A button, and we can officially start our Diablo playthrough. Let's do it, guys. Right to expert. No.
No.
Let's go to normal. All right, so I know the cutscene should start up here. Just so you guys know, oh, okay, we're going to start right off at Overlook Road. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and we'll put in the cutscene here. We'll cut to that. Obviously, we don't want to skip that, so we'll see you guys there. Now, this is pretty crazy, of course. Pretty good illustrations here, pretty nice art style.
Yeah.
I can imagine this is a lot different from the intros in the other 2 Diablos.
Actually, I've always really been impressed by the cinematics in all the Diablos. It seems like the cutscenes were always better than the actual gameplay.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know why that is. Just like you're kind of watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't notice Diablo 1 having many cinematics. It usually started in Diablo 2.
I'm sure. Diablo 1's pretty old at this point. Now, so you guys know where we're coming from, I have never played any Diablo before. I have played this game a little bit ahead. When I first picked the game up, I think I'm like level 9 with my own personal character.
Yeah.
Justin and Retro Brett are both veterans of the series, so they have beaten all 3 of the games.
Since the beginning.
For sure.
Now, here's the 2 characters that we start off with. This guy here is, I guess, Cain.
Mr. Deckard Cain. Yes, he's been a stalwart of all 3 games. He's really the guy that really leads you on the way.
Yeah, he gives you all the quests, and yeah, he definitely guides you.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of references to the other Diablos here that I'm not going to pick up on, of course, at all.
So my guess here is they're in the classic sanctuary that's in town in Diablo 1, the one that you originally go down 16 levels, into hell and everything. So they must be doing some research into some ancient texts, and now we have some asteroids hitting the sanctuary. Wow. I remember first.
That is excellent cinema.
It is excellent cinematography, excellent art direction. I mean, the graphics are amazing.
It looks like a movie.
Yeah, I'm really digging the storyline so far. Here we go.
We shall rescue Deckard Cain.
Or die trying.
Here we are, Overlook Road. I guess this is pretty much just kind of starting you off with the Armageddon atmosphere around you. There's a dead guy, and you could certainly tell that it is Diablo right off the bat. I know it's been a long time since Diablo 2 was released, before this one came out, but it seems to me like it looks like Diablo. What about for you, Justin?
Yeah, it certainly has the feel, the overhead look. God, it's just there's so much more depth to Diablo 3's graphics and the environments than 2. 2 came out in 2001, so it's been 13 years.
Wow.
I think, and 96 was Diablo 1, so there was a long gap between 2 and 3.
It's a long time.
I think they did a very good job on this game despite the delay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, good graphics are what was my downfall in my first playthrough with my old computer. The graphics card couldn't handle these intense graphics, and it really lagged bad. So it's nice. I got a new computer now, and plus we have this one, so it's really nice to play it when it's not lagging.
Yeah, certainly it's been feeling pretty smooth for me here on the Xbox One. I mean, there's no slowdown, of course, at all.
Not at all. I'm noticing even more of smoothness to the graphics engine. I'm used to playing. I played on a Mac, and it ran pretty well on that. I ran it on a PC, and I experienced lag as well. It does take a good amount of hardware to get this game running smoothly, and fortunately, we have Xbox One.
Oh yeah. All right, we've made it to the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
And we
Interesting
have to
name.
talk to this chick right here.
All right, so Leia was the lone survivor there.
She was the girl from that cutscene.
She was the girl with Deckard.
So this is pretty cool how you have both characters have dialogue. So if Retro talks to Leia first, it'll show his character Hagrid, which is a nice Harry Potter reference.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well done, Retro Brett. Oh, damn it. They're turning into zombies.
We have risen in the bar.
Justin will be taking over a demon hunter named Dark Knight.
Perhaps. I'm still on the fence about the name.
Okay. I think it's a good name. It kind of makes sense where you have Demon Hunter, Dark Knight, and we're huge fans of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh, yes.
For sure, man.
I don't know if you all could hear it, but the bartender is like, this is killing business.
Nice
cool.
pun, and I'm sure it is.
All right, well, I have to point out 2 things I noticed right away. I mean, obviously, I knew about it prior to playing it on Xbox One, but picking up gold,
Yeah.
you used to have to click on it. You used to have, or on PC, you'd have to click on every little piece of gold you wanted to pick up. So that was super annoying. So now you can just walk over it. And
Yeah, you hit
it.
A as you get close.
Right. So and also they kind of did away with potions in favor of the bad guys dropping those little
The red
blood
things.
balloons, you could
Yeah.
say. Yeah. So a little bit of a change there. You're used to the potions and hitting 1 through 10 on your keyboard and just keep hitting them and keep reloading them as you're fighting bosses.
Yeah, it's a lot different. Of course, I've seen Retro Brett play both Diablos a lot using the keyboard setup. So
Yeah.
now we're using the full controller setup. I know it's going to be a little bit tough to get used to it, Retro Brett.
But,
Especially for you.
Oh, yes.
So far, so good with the controls. I'm loving them. It's I really like the.
It's easy. It's not that hard.
Yeah, and you don't even play Xbox or any console. You play PC and maybe an old Sega. So
They call me Retro Brett for a reason.
Yeah. Now, one theme that we're going to have going through this playthrough is, is everything the same as the PC version? Of course, I'll be asking you guys that, as well as is everything kind of true to the other 2 Diablos, true to the Diablo series, or is it something new altogether? So I'll be asking you guys that. I'm sure you'll be pointing out stuff quite a bit as well. First thing I want to ask you, Justin, what do you think the graphics look like compared to PC? I know it's hard for us to get the highest end PC to see how the graphics are truly meant to be, but as far as console-wise, they look good to me.
They look beautiful on the new gen console.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, I was playing on a PC, maybe a 17-inch screen to 24-inch screen. So now we're playing on a 50-inch or bigger screen. It looks amazing. There's so much more definition to the characters. I kind of felt like on the computer, at least on a computer-sized screen, the characters, like their dimensions compared to like the overall scale of what you're looking at weren't big enough. And I feel like it feels a little different. Maybe it's just the giant, awesome HD TV we're looking into, but
Yes.
Might have something to do with it.
also the environments, they look really cool. It's a little bit of a stylized, conceptual art. Obviously not meant to look completely real, and that's the way Diablo 2 was. So they have, in a way, stayed faithful to the, that original idea behind the art and keeping it kind of dark and gothic.
It does look pretty much the same as far as stylistic-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is much better than any of the 2 previous games.
Does look great. What do you guys think about from a gameplay perspective? Is it the same as the PC counterpart so far?
Yeah.
Yes, the gameplay is exactly the same pretty much,
That's good.
but the display, the health globes and all that is a little bit different. The life display.
Yeah, the HUD, the heads-up display.
Yeah.
I noticed. I was watching Retro play it on his laptop before we started recording. A lot different, and in fact, I didn't think it would be that much different. But they definitely had to do something where they made it smaller. That way they can fit multiple characters on the screen at once, which is welcomed for us because we're going to have a 3-player playthrough, possibly even
Or
bringing
more.
in 4 players. Yeah.
Plus playing online, hopefully we can group
Oh, yes.
up with people and have 8 to however many.
We're looking forward
yeah.
to playing alongside you guys.
For sure. Get some subscribers playing with us. That'd be great if any D3 fans are out there and are actively online playing on the new console. It just came out, so this
Grab
is
his old journal.
Yeah, this is day 1.
day 1 video. So hopefully people will be buying that up. I know the computer version sold like 15 million copies. That's pretty damn good in modern times, considering the game got mild reviews, and I think the delays, how it took an extra number of years to put this out,
That's always a negative
really
thing.
turned off consumers. Yeah.
Here's a wretched mother right here, so gotta take care of her.
Get her. So I've noticed that there have been some negative reviews on the game. It seems
I don't think
pretty
they're-
cool so far for me. I did not play Diablo 1 or 2, so I can't compare it to those games at all.
Yeah.
But so far, I really like the, it just gives you a good feel. It puts you in a good environment, and you really do feel like you're embarking on an epic journey. Perhaps the gameplay might have aged a little bit because they have kept it pretty true to the other games, which, as we mentioned, are pretty old.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling the more you upgrade, the more abilities you unlock, the funner the game's going to get.
Absolutely. There's so many skills to it. Did we go in the damn cellar?
Yes,
Not
we
yet.
did.
Okay.
I didn't think you guys went in there yet.
Maybe you weren't paying attention, but we did. Then we got right back out. So.
Okay, true.
Okay.
Yeah, always make sure to. I always take my time scanning the area. There's so many treasure chests and whatnot, and little hidden cellars and whatnot that you can
Yeah,
go
level up
into.
or-
And at this level, you don't have to worry
I think
about
this
getting ambushed or
thing's
anything.
right here is pretty good.
Yeah.
Some good loot down
The
here.
cave under the well. I gotta say, I did not find this in my playthrough. I've already made it through this area, and I had not entered this. This looks pretty cool. Wow, this is a nice environment here. Cave. I have yet to see this
Yeah, I know.
in my playthrough.
I know online when I used to play on BattleNet on PC and whatnot, they would actually randomize the map to where they had 5 or 6 different maps that would probably pop up every time you reloaded a new game. So, kind of wonder if they did the same thing here on the next gen
Looks like
consoles.
some loot there. Maybe that's
So maybe that might be why you didn't see the well the first time. It might have been on a different spot in the map, or
So, because Diablo's been well known for like a random generator.
yeah.
So is that going on here in Diablo 3 as well?
that's its gimmick. That's the franchise gimmick usually.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't sure if everything is the same or is it gonna all look different? Is it all mapped out? So far, it looks the same.
Yeah, it keeps it interesting because eventually when you go to the next difficulty level, you're playing the same story mode again. So there has to be something to drive that replay value, and I think that is one element of that.
Now, Retro Brett, now that you've gotten a good version of Diablo 3, I know you were a huge fan of the first 2. Are you satisfied with this one?
I go back and forth. Actually, there's some aspects about it that aren't to my liking, but the graphics are definitely killer. I mean, they're definitely the best graphics of any game I've ever played. But there are certain, like I said, there's certain things I don't like about it. There's certain things I don't like about 1 or 2.
Yeah.
But overall, it's an awesome game.
Man, you just mentioned the graphics. Look, I love the detail and all the trees here. This is definitely one of the best looking forests I've seen. It's too bad you can't see more of it because we're so far away. I almost wish that there would be different views, you could check out. Even if you're not walking, maybe just get into a first person view just to see what it looks like would be kind of cool. But nonetheless, I definitely think that it's one of the best looking games on the Xbox One for sure.
So far, yeah, out of the games we've seen, it certainly looks really good. I wanted to take a second to go through the inventory. I haven't,
Okay.
you know,
It's a lot different from the
it's very
PC
different.
counterpart.
Oh, yes.
Does this look anything like what you're used to on the PC, Justino?
No, it's quite different. In fact, I like many aspects of this new menu, and I was just trying it out for the first time prior to recording here.
So here's where you pick out your weapon.
Exactly. It makes it really easy to upgrade your gear and go through your skills. These skill things are much different than Diablo 2. Diablo 2 had skill trees that had a number of different like routes you could go to be different breeds of that character.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Justin. That was I was alluding to some of the things I didn't like about this game, but Diablo 2 is much wider of a game, whereas you can choose who you want to be pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but there's not so much in Diablo 3. Also in Diablo 3, you can't choose your skill points. It chooses them for you, which is kind of
That's weird. I'm
Really
surprised they went that direction,
the
especially
Wretched Queen.
coming off of a get her. Especially coming off of a game like Skyrim, a game Justin and I really played a ton of.
Oh yeah.
I really thought they were going to go with a perk system, kind of similar to that. You know, we've seen a lot of RPGs do stuff like that in the past. Even Final Fantasy has gone into some really crazy, evolution type stuff. But we don't seem to have anything like that. It seems like they just kind of give you new power-ups as you level up. And I've noticed sometimes when you do power up, you don't even like it as much as the one you already have.
True.
What do you think about that, Justin, compared to the old games?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Each one is unique, and I like each one fits the game perfectly. I wanted to cover what we just kind of skipped over here. We finished the mission. We went and beat the wretched queen. Captain Rumford thanked us. Blah blah blah. So now we need to talk to Leia to get more information and try to find Deckard Cain. I would really like to focus on the story here. The story is excellent. I think RJ, being a newcomer to the series, you could play this game without having any knowledge of the other two, and it would just be a great standalone game.
Yeah, this is a cool part of the game. You know, of course, we're just starting, but the first part, you're just going through some areas and whatnot, killing some random guys. It's obviously almost like a tutorial. Now you have your first real mission. You're going to save someone you actually know. So that's definitely pretty cool. You know where you're going. You're going to Leah's house to find Cain, or I guess it would be Cain's house.
Right.
And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of dangers in between.
Another classic element of Diablo games, the town stash. And you always wonder, why isn't anyone stealing my stuff? But making use of that there real quick, dumping off some random stuff, just because you can always sell it, hopefully get some money. So
because they know we'll kick their ass if they do.
Yeah.
Quick question before we jump out of this episode. We have this flag thing that I designed. Is that just for show? I noticed it was in the PC versions as well.
Yeah, there's really no function
to it. It's pretty much just for show. There's nothing to it.
I put a scarab on it. Why not?
Just to scare people or whatever.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us for part 1 to a very epic playthrough, Diablo 3. We'll catch you guys in part 2.